Well, hello there, and welcome back to Let's Play F-Zero GP Legend. In the last episode, we finished the Silver Cup with a humanoid wolf. Isn't that ironic? And in this episode, we're going to be going to the Gold Cup. Now, Michael Chain. There's one new character. Ooh, no, wait. Wait, are those both characters we unlocked just right there in a row? Huh. No others? No others. Okay. Not sure if I'm feeling... Oh, they have the exact same stats. Not sure if I'm really feeling much of any of these guys. You know what, I said in, I think I said in the first episode, Pico was a close second to Captain Falcon, so let's just go with him. He's cool, he's a wild goose. Port Town, Forked Road. Have we seen? I don't think we've seen a Port Town yet. Not that I can remember. Well, it's a lot like Mute City, except it's a bit greener, and I don't remember the music, because Mute City... Oh, geez, speaking of not remembering.
1, go!
Yep, that's a fail. Wait. Yeah, no, yes, I'm ready now. I understand what I was trying to say. Because Mute City's... Wow, that kind of kills the flow of that joke. Mute City's music is kind of everywhere, which... There's a reason for that. It is a good song, but... In the, go against that... I think all the music in F-Zero is pretty dang good. Not sure, again, about the Super Nintendo one, because I not played that one much. And I mostly just know the music. Well, I think Firefield and Whiteland were in the Super Nintendo one. I believe they were. Also, not feeling Pico much. His grip is a bit loose for my personal tastes. Really wish I gotten at least one of my other favorites to play as. I have quite a few favorites, actually, so that makes it a bit more stinging that I did not unlock any. I probably should have gone with Baba or Biorex. I probably should have gone with one of those two, but I didn't, so there's an unfortunate thing. Speaking of unfortunate thing, I realized in between this episode and the last one that there are... There are at least, I believe, 6, probably more, at least 1 or 2 more, I think, but I know for sure, at least 6 characters we will not, or 6, actually, yeah, definitely more than that, at least 6 characters that you have to go through story mode to unlock. 5 specifically for, playing through their specific routes, and 1 other for doing certain kind of arbitrary things I don't remember the specifics of. I don't remember. There's like 2 different weird... so the story mode has like this money system to it. I don't really know for sure why. I guess, you know, you win the race, you get the winnings. Hey, silence again. You win the race, you get the winnings. And I guess they implemented that. But if you max that out for 2 of the characters, or 2 certain characters, something happens if you max out that money. But... I don't remember if the same thing happens. Gosh dang it, Pico, you're not doing me any favors. I don't remember if that happens, if the same thing happens. Well, speaking of the same thing happening, I finally died. Not doing that jump with just base Pico anymore. But, I don't remember if different things happen, or if the same thing happens if you do those 2 things, or if you have to do both of those to unlock the character I'm thinking of. But the other 5 characters you unlock through doing their specific story modes, which I don't really care about 3 of those, but I am or 4 of them, because I don't really care much one way or the other for the character I know you unlock from that way. What was her name? I might as well say it. I think it's Lucy Liberty, a character added, I want to say in the anime. I have not seen like any of the anime, which is probably a bad idea for doing this Let's Play, I suppose. But the other 5, let's see, I suppose all of them but 1 has been in an F-Zero game before. Can I make this now? I just really... Yeah! But now you got a sharp turn. Woo! Probably not going to do that again, because boy, was that scary. Let's see. The other 5, I believe, are... Jody Summers... Summers? I don't know. Jack Levin... what was his name? Zoda, Black Shadow, and a new character I believe added in the anime, Lisa Brilliant, who I think is the wife of Samurai Goro. And I mean, all of them are pretty fine for the most part. I don't really care one way or the other about most of them. I am a bit upset about Jack Levin and Jodie Summers, though. I do actually like both of them, and they're normally... I guess, actually, I don't think... I don't remember. This is bugging me. I think at least Jodie is a starting character in F-Zero X. I don't think either of them are starting characters in F-Zero GX, and I cannot remember if Jack Levin is a starting character or not in F-Zero X. Oh, that is bothering the heck out of me. I know neither of them are even in... I know pretty much no one in this game, except 4 people, are in the Super Nintendo game, and I know none of them at all are in Maximum Velocity, and I think most, if not all, are in F-Zero Climax. And F-Zero AX, I guess I'm just going to count that with GX for the most part. I think they have the same roster of characters, minus a few extra, I think, starters, but you can unlock those in GX anyway, through horribly cruel means. Oh, Whiteland! Oh, I like Whiteland. It's so very pretty. I think I mentioned, I think it was in Super Mario 64, I like ice levels. If not physics-wise, I do like them look-wise. They're just very nice. Ah, gosh dang it, now I'm too early. They are very nice, graphics-wise. I wish I was playing as someone other than Pico. See, things worked out so well for Lightning. Besides the lag, of course. But, I was a character that I liked. If it wasn't laggy, it would have been basically perfect. But with Pico over here, at least there isn't lag. That would make this much worse. Especially, I think he has, I want to say his stats are ABC, I believe. All of these stats, for the most part, are pretty balanced amongst each other. There are a few outliers, I believe. Rick Wheeler's stats are boring, just to put it bluntly. I wanted to go up there. His stats are fine. They're technically better than a lot of other people's, but he's just kind of boring to play as. I don't know. I don't hate the character at all. I think he's a fine character. Nothing that wrong with him. His design is fine. His car design's fine. Whatever. I don't know. He's not that interesting. Not bad, just not interesting. Not on, I don't know. I guess on game, what's a good example? There are plenty of games. I guess Sonic Boom would be a better example if it wasn't extremely glitchy. But I guess on that, I guess they patched it up. I think. At least a lot of the stuff. But not really on that level. He's still a fine character. I like him enough. He's very middle ground. So he's very just uninteresting one way or the other. Which might actually make him one of my least favorite characters now that I think about it. Cool. Glad we got that all settled. But, what was I even saying? I just started complaining about Rick Wheeler, who's not even a character I dislike. The stats, yeah. There's one other character. I don't remember. I don't think you unlock him through story. I don't think you do, so we'll probably end up seeing him. There's another mode in this game, Zero Tests, I think it's called, which I probably should have braked there. Whiteland is probably one of the few areas where it is helpful to brake on a lot of the turns, just in general. Not this specific stage, not any other specific stages, just in general, Whiteland is helpful for braking. But there's another mode in this game called Zero Test where it's a bunch of little trials. I think I actually explained this a few episodes ago, but just in case I didn't, it's basically like a mission mode where you have to, say, turn a corner with a character with bad grip. Just stuff like that. Oh, there he is, Mr. EAD, named after I believe, Nintendo's EAD department. And I'll save much any other description for later, but his stats are not really that great, at least in my personal opinion. I believe he basically has one of the worst stats, just comparatively. Not, if you are good with that kind of character, he is perfectly fine, but I want to say his stats have one of the lowest, what would it be, averages, totals, whatever. I've never really paid much attention. It's all just, sight looking. I've never added together the stat values, really. Actually, it might be interesting to do someday. Just see how everyone compares and see how close everyone is to each other. Maybe on a cold, rainy Saturday afternoon, if I'm just feeling extra bored, one day I will add together the stats of every single F-Zero GP Legend character and see how they compare. On the bright side, I wouldn't have to redo it for really any of the other F-Zero games for the most part, because I don't think any of the character stats ever change when they reappear. I don't think so. I know F-Zero X was the first one to have that 3-stat lettering system. Ah! I was wrong! Thought that was the forward one. I should have looked at the map. I believe that was the first one. I don't think F-Zero
2 laps to go.
on Super Nintendo had that. I don't think the Satellaview? I would assume Satellaview, but it might be Satellaview. I don't believe... That might have actually had. I don't know. Never really looked into this much. I act like I have... I've looked into other similar arbitrary stuff, but I've never really looked into that specific arbitrary thing before. Maybe one day I'll do that. Also, we're back at Firefield. Unfortunately, this game does not have... I don't think it has anyway. 15 different track types. Unfortunate as it may be. It might actually, but all of the ones that would be there are very special ones. Some of which, at least one of which, you only see in story mode, or I think maybe time trial. I don't remember if that one's in time trial. I might show off, well, there's 2 tracks, but 1 track type. I think. I might show those off at some point as just like an extra thing. Ooh. Actually, I was wrong. I'm Pico for this. Shucks. I was wrong. I thought this was a story mode only track. I'm glad I was proven wrong on video. Good to know. There might be another variant of this that's story mode only, but I'm gonna not say that, because I'm probably wrong at this point. On the bright side, yes, there is definitely other versions of this track, but I don't remember where they are. This is easily the most tame of them. Oh boy. Pico, you're gonna have to pull through for me. I mean, I still have, like, what is it, 3 more spare machines. I think 0 is your last one. Also, something I mentioned last episode, how you can kill other racers. That's what the little skull and cross thing in the right side is. That's just a counter for that. Not sure if anyone was confused about that. I don't know how many people may actually be watching this with little to no knowledge of F-Zero, just in general. So that's what that means for you. This might actually be one of the only ones that has that kind of counter. I don't remember. I normally don't kill other racers in F-Zero games just because I find it easier to just race and not focus on that. And on standard difficulty and lower, you're much better off ignoring the other racers and just driving, because boy, in case you haven't gotten the clue well enough so far, they don't put up much of a fight. I say as I nearly drive right off the cliff. I don't remember this track hardly at all. This is probably one of the ones I remember the least. I don't even remember this variant existing for this track, to be quite honest. Jeez. But hey, Illusion. It's actually in the cup, which is pretty dang neat. So we actually do get to at least see the locale. It's an interesting one. Also, not sure if you got this impression or not, but there's no walls. Those green little squares are not walls. Those are places to fall off of into your doom, into the cybernetic void. What is this, like cyberspace? Is this Mega Man Battle Network? Never have I played a numbered Battle Network game, by the way. Would really like to at some point, but I have not done that, which is unfortunate because I have heard pretty good things about them. I have played Mega Man Star Force. I don't think I've ever beaten the game. I think I just stopped at the final boss and didn't beat it, but I own it. I almost beat it. I got pretty darn close, and that's pretty darn cool. Speaking of pretty darn cool, finally beat it right above Drac. Who was in last? Captain Falcon did pretty good. Black Shadow and Lisa Brilliant, 2 of the people I mentioned. Biorex, maybe it's a good thing I didn't go with him. Maybe it's a good thing I did. Oh wait, this is actually the totals. Captain Falcon, well, in fact, I don't think the final 6 changed at all. Captain Falcon, beaten out by Billy. That's just disappointing. Billy, I think, is a character we won't see. I believe he is a zero test character. Unfortunate as it may be. Man, all the green guys. I like Pico. Not really gameplay-wise. Kind of gameplay-wise, he's alright. He's definitely not... Gameplay-wise, he's kind of middle of the road. There are people I'm far better with. There are people I'm far worse with. I'm alright with him. He seems neat. He's an alien. I think he's an assassin. I don't remember. I think he murders people. I wish I could remember. He doesn't appear in story mode. I'm pretty sure less than half of the characters appear in story mode. And some of the ones that do appear for a very brief window of time with very little character development. And they would probably only really make sense being there if you had watched the anime. But that's it for this episode. Next episode, we will probably end up going to the next thing, whatever it's called. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.